Here's something you already know, like sales don't always mean money in the bank. Now, you can have record sales and still feel a little stressed about payroll, supplier bills, anything that's coming up, right? And that's because sales and cash flow are two very different things. And today I'm going to break down in plain English what cash flow actually means and how to start managing it so you feel in control. Hi, I'm Paula Day. I'm a profit coach and I help business owners get clear on their money, get clear on their cash flow and keep more profit. So if you're new here, welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, so you see my weekly videos. And once you finish this one, head over to my profile and watch that pinned video there because that'll walk you through my full training on profit clarity. So let's get into this one. So cash flow simply means the timing of money moving in and out of your business. So it's not about what you build or what you've invoiced. It's about the actual cash that lands in your bank account. So, and it's about the actual cash that goes out of your bank account to go to those expenses. So you might invoice, you might make sales worth of $50,000 this month, right? But your client is going to pay in 30 days. So that money is not going to help you this week. That money is not going to land this week. Or you might make a $50,000 sale, but it's all on payment plans. And so it's going to be spread out over the entire year. And you might get a small portion of that this week. And the rest of it's going to be weekly or monthly or whatever the plan's going to be. Meanwhile, your wages are due, your rent's due, your suppliers are due, right? So you've got all of this money coming out and maybe you're making sales, but it's not lining up. Okay, so there can be a gap. And that's why so many business owners feel a little bit stressed. Even though the sales are strong, they're like, right, sales are strong, I'm profitable, but the cash flow timing is just not working out for them, or it just doesn't help at the moment, right? So when you don't track the cash flow, what happens is you're constantly reacting. You actually don't know what's going on. So every big bill feels like a surprise. You might even feel like you knew it was coming, but even when it landed, you're like, right, I had some great sales, but you're really stressed because those sales didn't come in or that cash isn't there. And it creates a whole heap of stress. It can create sleepless nights. You might be making then decisions out of fear. You might be dipping into debt really quickly just to keep the lights on, or your own savings. So when you don't track it, you just don't know what's going on. But when you do start to track your cash, you can see where those crunch periods are going to come and you can start to prepare for it. Like you can prepare for tax time. You can prepare with confidence and know that you're going to be able to pay this next bill for the supplier or whatever it is, right? It's the difference between feeling like you're always chasing money and feeling like you're leading your business from a place of control. So there's a really simple way to start managing your cash flow. So I want you to write down how much money is in the bank right now, because that's your starting point, okay? So just list the money so you know what's coming in this month. So listing out any sales that you think are coming in, like so you might have people on payment plans and you know that that payment plan is going to come in. So you can list, okay, that's going to come in this week or this month, whichever period you're going to do it for. So we've got the bank balance and then we add in what known income is going to come in, what sales are coming in cash-wise, not the actual full amount of the sale, what is actually going to be paid into our account, right? So once we know that, the next step is to list all of the money that's going to go out that week or that month, whichever time period you're going to do it for. So you might know, right, I've got to pay my staff, or I've got to pay my freelancer, or I've got to pay my suppliers, or I've got to pay this subscription, whatever type of operating expenditure that you have to pay this week or this month, whichever period you're doing it for, list those out as well, right? And take those away from what is coming in. So we're taking out we're saying we've got a bank balance, we're adding to it, and we're taking away from it what is going out. Okay, so that number shows you you're safe or you're not, okay? And if you repeat this weekly or monthly, you're going to actually know where you stand, right? You're going to know if you're going to be safe or you're not going to be safe. So your action step after this is to actually just set aside like 20 minutes this week, actually just to map it out, right? How much cash is coming in, how much cash is going out for the next month, right? Now that'll just give you a snapshot, and it'll give you a snapshot cash wise, and you'll instantly see whether you're going to be okay or you're not going to be okay. And once you see that, you can start thinking about what may need to shift or what may need to change, right? Especially if the numbers are not adding up. So if you've got more going out than coming in, then something has to shift, right? And there's no use of just ignoring it and waiting till it might happen, right? You know about it. So once you know about it, you can take control and go, okay, right, I know about that. I might need to renegotiate with the suppliers, or I might need to put some tighter terms in place where I get some more money up front. I might need to pay my subscriptions instead of annually or instead of quarterly, weekly. So I reduce that and smooth that cost out. You can put things into place if you know about it. If you don't know about it, then it's tricky. And what will happen is you'll have to keep on dipping into your savings or taking on debt just to keep the lights on. And that's really not sustainable to run your business. So this exercise is just the first step to really understand your cash flow, right? It's as simple as that. And it just shows you where you are right now and whether you need to take any action. So I'm going to be creating another video later where I walk you through how to look at your cash flow. And so you know what to focus on, especially if you're cash strapped. So keep an eye out for that one. But in the meantime, just do this simple activity. So I know it can feel tricky. I know it can feel uncomfortable sitting with the numbers, and maybe it's the last thing you want to do, but the sooner you do it, the sooner you move through it and take control, then you know what's going on, okay? So here's the truth. Even huge businesses, they go under, like we see it in the media all the time, right? And some of it was just because it wasn't because they didn't make the sales. It was because they didn't adapt. They didn't manage their cash flow. And literally some of them just run out of operating cash, right? So don't let that be you. It happens all of the time. It's something that every owner needs to be across, all right? So take the 20 minutes, get across your numbers, give yourself the clarity that you need. I hope this video helped you. Subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss the next one. And make sure you go and watch that pinned video as well. Now, if you want a quick cash flow template, just write cash flow below this video and I'll make sure I send you over my free cash flow template so that you can actually get started with this activity this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.